Hi everyone, I'm Dad,
I'm Daughter.
and we are...
Dad and daughter Formula One duo.
All right, so there is a Grand Prix this weekend. We've taken a little bit of time off. You hadn't been feeling well, so we took a couple of weeks off. But we're back at it now, even though we said we never miss a race. We never miss discussing predictions or recaps. But we're back at it, and this weekend is the Grand Prix in where?
In Miami.
Miami. So it's our sixth race of the season. We do have a sprint race coming in for our Grand Prix. So for our weekend race. So there's going to be a lot of action this weekend. So let's get in straight away and let's talk a little bit about kind of what's been happening up to now. And then we're going to move into talking about our predictions. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So up to this point, there's been a little bit of changes since our last Grand Prix. Last time we at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, we have now seen that there is a new leader in the Drivers' Championship. Can you tell me who it is?
It is Oscar Piastri.
It is Oscar Piastri. And what do you think about that? How do you feel?
Amazing.
Because you've always said that Carlos is your favorite because he is your birthday bestie. But in terms of a driver, would you say that Oscar's your favorite? So Oscar's your favorite. He is your pick. And he is now leading the Drivers' Championship. So my question to you is, do you think that Oscar will be able to keep it up and become Drivers' Champion?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's a really good driver and I believe in him.
He's a really good driver and you believe in him. Okay, I thought you were going to say we'll circle back around to this question later on. But, okay, so he is a good driver. He's a very good driver. He's very focused. I don't think he lets his emotions kind of get in the way, right? So he's very, very focused in the Grand Prix. Do you think that Lando's got a chance to be able to become Drivers' Champion?
I think he's got so it's 61% chance.
So he's got
61% chance that Oscar's gonna win, and the rest of the chance goes to Lando.
Okay, so Lando's got a 59% chance of winning, and Oscar's got a 61% chance of winning. Is that what you're saying? No. Why did I say 59? Apparently, I can't do math today.
I was kind of confused right now.
I totally did not do math. So Oscar's got 61%, and Lando would then have 39% chance. So
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think Dad's got some math problems today.
You're the person who helps me with math. So.
I do help you with math. Yeah, well, that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so you think that there's a bigger chance of Oscar being Drivers' Champion than Lando becoming Drivers' Champion? Yeah,
but by the looks of it right now, yes.
Okay, so by the looks of it right now, that's kind of where we're going. And that's a good way of thinking it, because the big question is, do you think that Lando can get out of his rut, his funk that he's in? Do you think that he would ever be able to get out of it?
Yes.
You think so?
I think it's until he gets that placement back,
that
he'll okay, I'm back on track, it's fine, I'm no longer in that stump.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, one of the things that happened that I think that still shows a little bit of that glimmer of hope of Lando. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Lando fan, right? You're an Oscar fan, I'm a Lando fan. At the end of the day, I think we both care that McLaren wins.
Yeah. If McLaren doesn't win, it's
that's kind of my thing, right? As long as McLaren is winning, if Oscar's winning, great. If Lando's winning, fantastic. But I think that Lando in this last race in Saudi Arabia, he qualified in 10th because of the crash that he had in Q3 and was able to come back and get into 4th. He was very, very close to being able to get onto the podium in 3rd, but he wasn't able to get there past Charles Leclerc, but still did exceptionally well. So I think he still shows a little bit of that glimmer of hope, of spark that he has. And I'm not going to say it's 39% Lando.
Okay.
I'm going to say right now, I'm going to say it's 51% Oscar, 49% Lando. Right there.
Okay, so that 2%.
That 2%. I think if Lando can bring back the glory of Miami from last year, because he won last year, he won the Grand Prix. That was his first.
That was his like amazing moment.
Yeah, it was his first Grand Prix win ever in his career. If he can bring back a win, I think he's got a real chance to becoming driver champion. Right? Okay. So predictions. Let's talk a little bit about our predictions. What are your predictions for the race? Let's start with third.
Third place.
Well, let's do sprint first.
Okay, sprint.
Sprint race. Okay.
Let's do.
Who's going to qualify pole?
Pole for sprint?
Yeah.
I'm going to say Max.
Max. Okay, Max pole. Because he's been amazing.
He's been amazing with the sprinting.
In qualifying, he's been awesome.
He's just like, choo!
Yeah. I mean, he's got this phenomenal laps.
So this is like every other car, and this is just Max.
Yep. I
and
mean,
the other car just like,
yeah.
barely moved. The second he's already done with the laps.
I know.
He's like, and then he's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, he has had some phenomenal laps that he's put in for qualifying. In Saudi Arabia, again, he did the exact same thing as he had done from Japan, and he was able to pull out these amazing laps. In Bahrain, he had a little bit of problems, but still, he showed that amazingness in Saudi Arabia. You think that he's going to be able to do it for the sprint race? Okay, who's going to win the sprint race? That's really the most important one.
Who's going to win this? Max.
Max will win the sprint race. Okay.
Can I tell you my second place for that sprint race?
Yeah, let's talk about second place.
Because that second place is like, that's still pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Lewis.
Lewis second. Oh, so he's gonna
qualify second.
Qualify second. Okay. Do you think he'll stay in second?
No. Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right.
I'm gonna do Lando second.
Lando second. Okay. In the sprint.
In the sprint.
Okay. So now let's move into talking about the Grand Prix. Yeah. Who's going to qualify on pole?
Pole, Lando.
Okay. First, second, and third. Let's start with third.
Third, let's do Max.
Max third.
Second, Oscar.
Second, Oscar. And first?
Lando.
Lando,
He's gonna
wow.
have to keep that place.
Wow, so you think Lando's going to be able to pull out a victory. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to go with the Grand Prix. I'm going to say that pole, it's going to be... I'm going to say that pole, we're going to have a surprise. It's going to be...
Sorry.
Yeah, but it's not very well, but it's okay. Pole position, it's going to be Charles. Charles is going to be pole. I think third, it's going to be Charles. Second...
We already said Charles.
Well, but I said Charles was going to be pole.
Exactly.
But
and then he gets third.
Then he gets third. Yeah. Okay. Third. Second, I'm going to say Oscar. First, Lando.
Yay.
That's what I'm going with. Okay. So anything else that we want to talk about before we end for this evening?
Yes.
What do you want to say?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and speed to those notifications, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.